This is Boyd the Broker. You know, I suffered a major stroke in 2021. Now I've become an example of what can be accomplished with dedication, family, and above all, hope. I'm willing to discuss anything so that others will find inspiration to recover as well as I have. All right, we're back on Boyd the Broker podcast, real estate, wealth, and wellness. And holy crap, I've made so much money off of this guy. I've sold 3 of his properties. Am I allowed to say that? But my new client, Vanita's looking at me like, oh man, that's how much am I paying you? Holy, what kind of car do you drive? But John Weaver, you know what? You were one of my first deals back in the day, like back in Lawndale. That's 15106 court area. Oh, you can't say that on the radio. Oh my gosh, somebody's going to Google you now. And then you moved to 2701 or 2705.
Oh, you keep going there too.
Yeah, and then you moved to some other place in Redondo.
Yeah, thank you for not saying.
I'm not saying that one.
Yeah.
So interesting. You're smiling at me like
I smile at everybody.
right?
Yeah, of course.
What is making me uncomfortable? Come on,
Okay,
John Weaver, come on.
look at one of the cameras.
So talk to us about insurance, because we all know that insurance people are so interesting. So tell us a great story about insurance, because I can't wait, and I'm sure everybody can't wait. You go ahead.
You want to? I have a great story. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a client. I tell the story all the time. I have a client in Vegas.
Oh, tell it again, please.
Oh,
We're all waiting.
You ready? I have a client in Vegas, and he lives 25 miles outside of Vegas. He slipped and he fell and he broke his back. So he called 911, and he lives on a piece of property that is just dirt, and it's not paved, and he's really far away from anybody. So the animals are coming out there, it's bouncing all over the place. They pull up and they get out and they say, "We can't take you. We're concerned that if we do take you, then we're going to cause more problems for you." So they call the medevac in, the chopper. Chopper comes in, lands, picks this guy up, takes him to the Vegas main hospital in Vegas. He's in the hospital for 2.
And you told this story before, right? I mean, it just keeps going on and on. I mean,
Well, you told me to tell you a story.
we're all waiting with bated breath.
Okay, so it's coming. So 2 weeks in the hospital, week in ICU, 3 surgeries, and then 60 days in a care facility. He calls me up about 2 or 3 weeks later, and he goes, "Weaver, you won't believe this." And he gave me that story that I just told you. And I said, "Oh, man, well, how much you pay?" And he goes, $200. I said, $200? You're not supposed to pay anything, man. Let's call him up and complain. So
Was this whole story about like John Weaver insurance? Holy crap!
This is
Boyd the Broker.
This is about the importance. This is about the importance.
Are you gonna buy this house? Vanita's staring at me, going, "When are you gonna sell this freaking house?" 19201 Entradero. Have you seen those bathrooms? Come on.
I've seen the bathrooms. You're pretty impressive.
You didn't even go out in the backyard. It's a beautiful backyard.
And I'm sure it is. As the front's amazing as well.
You know what's interesting about the front, though?
What are you going to do?
Vanita didn't do this, but there's turf. And it's just kind of weird. It's just, I got to admit, and you know what I find when I show the property? Everybody's afraid to like walk on it. But isn't the whole point of turf is that like you should be able to walk on it, right?
Absolutely.
What does that mean?
Absolutely. Well, maybe people are kind and considerate and they wanted to walk around. I couldn't really touch.
So did you finish that story? None of us have any idea. What was the ending to that story?
So you forgot.
It was
You should probably have someone look at
There was something about $200 and you're going to save him money, and then it was nothing, and he had 3 surgeries, and then the ambulance came, and then the helicopter. What the heck, dude?
So that story shows you that if you get the right insurance with Medicare, and I'm a Medicare broker, if you get the right insurance, you're not going to be paying millions of dollars if you are hospitalized. That's what that is telling.
That was the story. Okay, you're going to pay $200. So if you buy John Weaver insurance and you get in trouble in Vegas for $200, it's fine. That's basically the story?
That's not exactly the story, but that's really a nice try. I like the fact that you tried to spin it a little bit. That's very cool.
That was a good one. John Weaver, you're one of my favorite clients.
Of course I am.
I know I say that to most of my clients, but
you need to say them all. Every single person. That John Weaver guy.
John Weaver is awesome. I must admit. Happy aside, John Weaver, thank you for coming. You were at the Smack Fest one. This is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool little studio, right?
This is a house.
But it better help sell the house.
It's very nice.
19201 Entradero. Oh, Panita's loving this. I've said that like 3 times.
As you should.
Holy man.
Well, I appreciate your time, and give me a call if you guys have questions. 310-567-5823. Weaver's Insurance Solutions.
Isn't that interesting that my old personal number is 310-567? And I noticed that somehow you've stored me. You won't store my new cell phone number attached to Boyd the Broker. You still have my old one from 20 years ago.
I have your old one from 20 years ago.
567.
It's hard to part with, so I don't know what to tell you.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, John Weaver, thank you. I was going to call you Johnny Weaver. Anybody call you Johnny Weaver?
Yeah, when I was 6.
Finally. It took you 5 minutes, and you finally had a good one.
Yeah,
Good for you, John.
Nice.
All right. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, man. Thank you.
I'm Boyd the Broker. I appreciate you tuning into my podcast. I live in the real world. Where do you live?